If I had followers and they went to go kill people and make fun of me, am I perfect? And by the way, I allow this, by the way. I don't punish them, rebuke them, I allow it. Am I perfect? Perfect! Muhammad did that. Well, first of all, to look after widows, you don't have to marry them. Just saying. You can maybe like make a house for them all.
I agree.
So if you're saying that the Quran says one wife, why does Muhammad have 13 to 11?
Wait, one by one. You said according to Quran that we can marry up to 4. Show me no Quran. I'm blind. Because it doesn't say marry, it say make a contract. Fankahu from the woman.
Is marriage a contract?
Different. It doesn't say the word tazawwaj.
Is marriage a contract?
Well, according to the Quran, the word zawaj, yeah, the word zawaj, you can only get married with one and make a family and have children with her.
Can I see that the word zawaj is used for one woman alone?
I'll show it to you. Go to the...
Because the problem is Muhammad married about 11 women, and I think he had children with about 3 of them. So if what you're saying is true, then for Muhammad, that contract for the singular wife extends to at least 3 of them. So clearly, it's a false standard. And it is better to marry only one wife.
It is in the Quran.
I think everyone here will agree. One wife alone.
Let me show it to you. The Quran say...
Before Islam and after Islam.
Okay.
When Islam was announced clearly, they told him to leave all his wives and keep one.
Did he do that?
Leave one wife.
Did he do that?
Yes, he did.
Which is the one wife he remained with?
On being a prophet with multiple wives.
Which is the one wife he remained with?
Then that you go do your homework.
Wait. Which one is this?
Do your homework. You did not read the Quran. You did not read the Quran.
So, and you have, correct?
In Arabic than in English.
Okay, but you've read the Quran. But wait, you've read the Quran, correct? Well, if you've read the Quran, I would love to know which was the wife Muhammad wound up with at the very end.
Why does it matter?
Because you're claiming that he left all his other wives, but that's not what the tradition says.
Why does it matter?
Because I am saying that it is better to have only one wife, and if anybody encourages you to have more than one wife as a prophet, they are wrong, you shouldn't follow them. That's what matters. Because what you're encouraging is for men to engage in activities that are going to take them further away from God.
I'll be more specific. In the Quran, God said, you can only have children from one woman, and this is your zawja.
How many children did Muhammad have from multiple women?
I'm talking about...
Muhammad's your best example.
I'm talking about the law that was given the Quran for the majority of Muslims. The Quran said, thank you, only pair with one and have children from her.
That's not what Muhammad does.
Yeah, but you look at Muhammad do this.
Because the Quran says that Muhammad is the best example for the Ummah.
Okay, 4 verse
so now what?
2. And give orphan their property, and do not substitute the bad for the good, and do not consume their property by combining them with yours, for that would be a serious sin. So God is talking about the orphans here. Now, if you fear you cannot act fairly toward the orphans, then make a contract with the woman you like. Even the woman in China, you can make a contract with her, but this woman, she must have a children under the age of 18, orphan, and she must have lost her husband. She just make a contract with her. You don't have to sleep with her. You have to treat her children equal to your children. He said make a contract. He did not say the word zawaj. He said the second, the third, the fourth. So the first one is your own wife. This is your family, where your family you do, and you have a children from her. The second, the third, the fourth one is any woman you want. It's not a believing woman, because according to the Quran, you can only marry a believing woman. But it said here, make a contract. Then make a contract with the woman you like everywhere on earth. So, if a woman that she's atheist, you cannot marry according to the Quran. But if she got children, you can make contract with her, and you can treat her fairly. That's what the Quran says.
And the punishment.
Do you understand the point?
And the punishment.
The problem is in the Arabic translation.
And tell him the punishment if you don't treat them fairly. If you choose one of them.
And you cannot do it. Yeah, you cannot. Yeah.
All of them equally. Otherwise.
Because in Arabic it doesn't say the word tazawwaju. It says make contract. Is mentioned the word inkahu.
So, let's see the Corey Records now. The problem still remains. You are being encouraged by Muhammad to have more than one wife. It doesn't matter if you're making a contract with more than one woman. You should only do it with one woman. That is
To
the,
have
that,
children,
that
I
is
agree
the
with you.
teaching. But then Muhammad does it with multiple women.
Yes, but Muhammad has a different situation.
How's that work?
Now, okay, God never told us to do the same way like Muhammad. God told us
You're not perfect. You're not. Wait, it's not regular.
He's not regular like us. He's not regular people.
What's
like us,
the
like
difference
just
between
us.
me and
He's
him?
the
Has he
messenger.
got different
He's the
DNA?
messenger.
So
You don't
what?
understand that.
So what?
You don't understand that. The
Wait,
prophet,
wait.
the messenger.
How many people have you killed?
who was the first wife of Muhammad?
Huh?
The first wife of Muhammad alayhi salam. He married Aisha. She was
No.
older than him.
No,
25
her
years.
name wasn't Aisha. It wasn't Aisha.
Sorry, Khadija.
It was Khadija, yes. Yeah, it wasn't
She was
Khadija.
older than him, nearly 20 years.
And then he
And
marries
he
10
spent
more
most
after
of
her.
his youth
That's
time
not good.
with this
10
lady.
more after.
Yes.
He spent most of his time with this old lady, older than him.
So?
At the age of 40, when the prophecy come on him, then he had multiple wives.
That's not good. So he became so before he was a prophet, he was monogamous. He had a lot of them died unfortunately. He had about like 5 or so, I think.
From how many wives?
About 3, I think.
Anyway,
He had a couple with Khadija, and then he had one with Mary the Copt,
guess, make a-
and then maybe one other. I can't remember, but something about like 5 or something.
The Quran tell us exactly what to do for Muslim people, how to get married. You can only marry one and have a children from her.
So
You
before
cannot marry
Muhammad
another one.
became a
I'm
prophet,
gonna-
he was monogamous. So he was dedicated to one woman. And then afterwards, he then suddenly gets more wives. You see this same kind of
So when
activity
he was the age
with
of
many
young
other
age,
false prophets.
until the age
Before they're prophets, they're monogamous. Suddenly they get more, they become a prophet, and suddenly they want 40 wives. Yeah, it's an indication that they are not actually following God. Because think about it, there's no purpose behind Muhammad having so many wives. And then, to make it worse, he encourages men to have up to 4. Again, wouldn't follow him. So, you, don't follow a person that encourages people to go and sin.
I think you're the follower.
Just was one thing important.
And
One
you're
thing
encouraging
important.
people to sin.
I'm not.
You are 100%.
One second.
Nope.
If you read Surah Nisa, the same one, verse 20, it's mentioned here the word zawj. You can only, if you wish to replace one wife with another. So you cannot have 2 wives at the same time. If you want to replace one wife with another, and you give him one of them a fortune. So you cannot have 2 wives at the same time. You can replace them if she died or something. Here is mentioned the word zawj. Verse 20, read it. If you wish to replace one wife with another, that means you cannot have 2 wives at the same time. One wife, this wife, you can have a children from her, yes. Now, if you want to make a contract with the second, the third, the fourth one, there is a condition. She must have lost her husband, and she must have children under the age of 18, so you can treat them equally with your children. That's the only thing you can do, and you don't have to sleep with them. He said, make a contract with them.
So, Surah Al-Nisa,
Verse 20.
Ayah 3, says the following. If you fear that you will not deal justly with your orphan girls,
Doesn't
plural,
say girls.
plural,
It doesn't say girls.
then marry those that please you of the women.
Wrong translation.
2, 3, or 4.
Why not the first one? Why he said the 2, the 3, and the 4?
So you
What about
can.
the first one?
So of the orphan girls, you can marry up to 4 of them.
Okay,
Yeah,
continue
but
that.
why he didn't mention
Sure,
the first? Wait.
sure.
Why he didn't mention the first one? Because the first one is your wife. This is the one you can only have a children from her. He said make a contract with the second, the third, the fourth one, and the first one he said orphan. It doesn't say woman orphan.
Continue the verse.
But if you fear that you will not be just, then marry only one of those that your right hands possess, i.e., your slaves. That is more suitable for you, that you may not incline to justice.
Okay.
Now-
So can you ever be just between 2 people, 3 people, or 4 people?
Here's my
Can
question.
you ever be just?
Here's my
As
question.
a human, can you ever be just?
You can try.
You
Now,
can try, but can you?
you can try.
So
Now,
if you cannot, you marry one.
here's my problem.
If you cannot marry one.
Here's the problem. The verse says the following. If you're advocating for monogamy within Islam, here's what the verse says. But if you fear. Now, let's say I'm a Muslim man. I think I can handle 2 wives. I'm not afraid I won't be just. I get 2 wives and then realize that I'm not just. I wouldn't have known that I couldn't be just unless I had the 2 wives. I wouldn't know it beforehand.
As a human, you cannot be just.
For example,
As a human, you cannot be
very,
just.
very simple. Let me give you an example. If you're married, for example, before getting married, you don't know if you're going to be a good wife or husband. Before getting married, you wouldn't know if you're going to be a good wife or a good husband, right? You might fear that you might be a bad wife or a bad husband. You wouldn't know until you get married. So in this same capacity, the condition given here for you to be monogamous is fear that you may not be just. Well, many men will have hubris maybe and think that they can be just and then marry up to 4. I don't think that is correct.
God never said marry. He said make a contract. It's very different.
Well, the word
marry.
translates to marry.
Make a
Oh,
contract.
okay, wait.
First one
Wait.
you can marry.
So, okay, wait. If you're making a contract alone, why stop at 4? Why not go to 12?
The first one is your wife. This is the one you can have children and you make a family. The second, the third, the fourth one, he said make a contract with them from the woman you like. She doesn't have to be a believing woman. According to the Quran, can we marry an unbelieving woman? No. He said from the woman you like. Go marry an atheist woman. Go make a contract with an atheist.
Where does this say that she can be like a Zoroastrian, for example? It doesn't mention that.
He said the woman you like, any woman. So she can also be an atheist.
Well, I would imagine that this is speaking directly to Muslims. So it's in the context of all other Muslims.
I'm going to show you verse. In the Quran,
Just like
we can
you
only
need
marry a
air to
believing
breathe.
woman.
Just
Christian,
like you need air
Jew,
to
and
breathe,
Muslim.
No human is perfect. No human can be just.
But Jesus is, right?
Jesus is what?
It's
I believe
perfect,
Jesus.
right?
I love Jesus
And he's perfect, right?
Jesus is perfect and Muhammad
Great.
is perfect.
No, the Quran doesn't say that.
And Ibrahim is perfect.
The Quran doesn't
and
say that.
Noah is perfect,
The Quran doesn't say that.
all the prophets
It doesn't.
of God
It doesn't.
are perfect.
It doesn't say that.
Okay?
It doesn't say that.
Wait. You listen.
I
to
can
me,
show you.
Listen to you. I believe in all prophets and I believe
Okay.
they're all perfect. I just believe that they're complementary to one another.
Does-
With Muhammad being the concluding prophet.
It does not say within your Quran that all prophets are perfect. It only says that Jesus is perfect. So, I would rather follow Jesus. Surah 19. Surah Al-Maryam.
Yeah, he's
So,
talking about
I would rather follow Jesus, who is perfect, than anyone else who is not. Simple as that. So, I would encourage you to follow Isa and not Muhammad.
It doesn't say why.
We can say that. However, okay, can we agree that if you are somebody who allows your followers to go and kill people because they made fun of you, then you're not perfect? Can we agree on that? Can we agree that if a person has followers and he lets his followers kill people who make fun of him, then he's not perfect?
That is your interpretation of the story.
Again, can I just ask straight up, if I had followers and they went to go kill people and made fun of me, are those followers, so am I perfect? And by the way, I allow this, by the way. I don't punish them, rebuke them, I allow it. Am I perfect? Perfect! So, Muhammad did that. Therefore, he is not perfect. Well,
Your misinterpretation of the story.
shall I read it for you?
No, I don't need to. I don't need to.
You just read.
Okay. So here's what I'll do for you. I will give you the citation, and you in your own time can go and look at it. So, the citation for what I'm referencing is as follows. You will find this. So, the citation is in Sunni Abi Dawood 4361. Sunni Abi Dawood 4361. A blind man had a slave mother who used to abuse the prophets and disparage him. He forbade her, but she did not stop. He rebuked her, but she did not give up her habits. One night, she began to slander the prophets and abuse him. So he took a dagger, placed it on her belly, pressed it, and killed her. Fast forward. When the morning came, The Prophet was informed about it. He assembled the people and said, I adjourn by Allah the man who has done this action, and I adjourn him by my right hand that he should stand up. Jumping over the necks of the people and trembling, the man stood. He sat before the Prophet and said, Messenger of Allah, I am her master. She used to abuse you and disparage you. I forbade her, but she did not stop. I rebuked her, but she did not abandon her habits. I have 2 sons like pearls from her. She was my companion. Last night, she began to abuse and disparage you. So I took my dagger and put it on her belly. I pressed it and I killed her. Thereupon, the Prophet said, Oh, be witness, no retaliation is payable for her blood. So, can a perfect man condone this? Absolutely. Sorry, my fingers are frozen. Sunni Abi Dawood. Sunni Abi Dawood. 4361.
Take a picture.
Sahih by Al-Albani. Please.
Let him take a picture.
Have a screenshot if you would like.
a picture.
There you go. So,
Take a picture.
I would say you can't be perfect and allow this.
So what's the conclusion being Dawah Doctor?
Huh?
I don't believe it.
That is absolutely fine. If you want to disbelieve everything that will point you to the idea that a certain individual that you're following isn't the best person to follow, that's fine. However, I would say be honest with yourself.
I follow the Quran. The Quran has stories that are not filled with mercy and compassion.
This one isn't.
Yeah, this
I can show you others, by the way, where he does worse things. And so I would say that you're better off following somebody who doesn't do horrific, terrible things, like Jesus. In both our traditions, we say he's sinless. He's the pure child. He hasn't done anything wrong. So I say follow him instead, and not Muhammad.
Wait, did he not call a Samaritan lady a dog? Why? In their Bible, because he went up to a lady that was asking for help. Begged Jesus.
No, listen, I do not believe in disparaging a prophet.
So that's racism. That's racism because he's a Jew, right? You believe Jesus is a Jew, right?
Can you please prove to me that in the first century, no worries, full request. Please prove to me that in the first century, the ideas of racism that we have today were the same back then.